notice, and this is the typical copyright. We continue with mathematics syllabus for CSEC 2018 to 2027. Schedule of videos. Section 1, number theory and computation. All 33 of those videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 2, consumer arithmetic. All 12 of those videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 3, sets. All 6 of these videos have been published in their entirety on YouTube. So please make use of all of these 51 videos that have been published in their entirety on YouTube. Section 4, measurement. This is the 5th of 16 videos, and I am somewhat behind schedule. Then after that, January 2025, statistics, section 5. February 2025, section 6, algebra. March 2025, section 7, relations, functions, and graphs. April 2025, geometry and trigonometry. Finally, by May 2025, vectors and matrices. Please note this disclaimer here, that this schedule is just a projection which may or may not be fulfilled. Reminder again that I have divided section 1 into 33 videos, and as I said, all of those have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Reminder also that you need to know the times tables from 2 to 12. If you don't already know them, you will have to learn them, especially since calculators are not allowed in paper 1. From section 2, all these 12 videos have been published, as I pointed out before. And section 3, all these 6 videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. We are now at section 4. This first video here has been completed and published on YouTube in its entirety. For these next 2, that one and this one, these are completed but will only be partially available on YouTube. Video 4, which is the first part of objective 3, perimeter of regular polygons, that is completed and published in its entirety on YouTube. So we are now here, the second part of objective 3, video 5. This one will only be partially available on YouTube. This is a print screen from your syllabus. We are here, the second part of this objective. Determine the perimeter of a plane shape. And then this section has 5 more objectives here, as you can see, and another 6, which gives a total of 15 objectives in section 4, measurement. We do have some explanatory notes here. Estimating and measuring the perimeter of compound and irregular shapes, and also calculating the perimeter of regular polygons and circles, which was what we did in the previous video. So that was done in the previous video. Perimeter of regular polygons and circles. And now presentation 2, estimate and measure the perimeter of compound and irregular shapes. Now we already discussed what perimeter is in the last video, so we'll review it here. Perimeter is a math concept that measures the total length around the outside of any shape. We already learned how to find the perimeter of a rectangle. circle, which is called a circumference, hexagon, and any other regular shape. Given some dimensions, we can calculate those. Calculate. That was for part A of this objective. Then we have some compound shapes here, D and E. These are examples of compound shapes, and we will talk about those in this video to begin with. And then we have an irregular shape here, F. We will learn how to find the perimeter of these other shapes. So we will split this video into 3 parts. In the first part, we will learn how to find the perimeter of compound shapes, calculate or measure, that is shapes that look like these, A and B. Then in part 2, we will deal with irregular shapes with straight line sides only, as in the case of C and D. We will accurately measure them. And then in the following section, we will learn how to find the perimeter of irregular shape with at least one curved line sides. We will learn how to estimate those. As in the case of E here, we have a curved line side there. All the rest are straight lines. And this one has so many curved lines all around it. Now, with curved lines, when we estimate the length, it will always be less than the true value. And we will find out why that is so as we go through this video. So let's begin with compound and irregular shapes. Example 1. Find the perimeter of the shape shown at right. And this is the shape. Now, if you were not given any other details, then of course, you will take your ruler and measure from here to there, write that down, measure from there to there, write that down, and then from there to there, write that down, from here to up here, write that down, and from here to here, and write that down and add them. However, in this case, we are given some details. These are right angles here. Those two are equal to each other. This side is 5.2 meters. This side is 4.5 meters. That is 4.8 meters. Now, if you draw a line across here, you will see a rectangle down here and an isosceles triangle up there. Of course, for the rectangle, we only need 3 sides. And for the isosceles triangle, we are only considering the 2 equal sides. So the perimeter for this shape on the right here is 2 times 4.5. This 4.5 here is the same over here. So 2 of that. Plus 2 times 4.8. That's this one here. 2 of those. Plus 5.2 meters, which is this. You add all of that and you get 23.8 meters. This answer has the correct number of significant figures based on decimal places. So we can leave it at that, or just to show the margin of error, we can add to it plus or minus 0.05. That 0 is for the first digit on the right of the decimal place, and then 5 here. That's example 1. Example 2, find the perimeter of the figure shown at right. And that figure looks like this, very similar to the one before, except now we have a curved shape on the top here. If this shape were all that you were given, well, you could measure from there to there, you can measure from there to there, and from here to here. That will give us the length of those three sides, but then we have this curved shape up here. It's not as difficult as you may think. This part down here is actually part of a rectangle. And this part up here is actually part of a circle, half of a circle. Now we know how to find the perimeter or the circumference of a circle. We will just find half of that and add it. So 2 times 12.5, that is this side here, which is equal to that side over there, 2 of those, plus 14.0 meters, plus half of the circumference. Now remember, the circumference of this circle is 2 pi r. Now if from here to here is 14, that's from here to here is 14, that's the diameter, then the radius will be half of that, which will be 7.0 centimeter, which is this. So we find the circumference and take half of that, add the 3 numbers here, and we get 61.0 meter. That is the perimeter of this shape. This answer has a correct number of significant figures based on decimal places, so we can leave it like that, and that should be acceptable to CSEC. Your calculator may not actually give you the 0 here, but just to be certain, we can always put in the margin of error, plus or minus 0.05 meter. That's example 2. If you find this video useful and interesting, please like and share. Like and share. You may also consider subscribing to this channel. Example 3. Find the perimeter of the shape shown at right. So we have this shape here. Now, if this is all that you were given, and you want to find the perimeter, you will take your ruler and measure from here to there, and then from there to there, and from there to over here, come down here. You will measure each straight line. There are 10 of them, and then you will add the answers that you get, if that is all you were given. If you were further told that these lines are equal, these sides are equal, then all you will need to do is measure one side and multiply by 10. And if you are further told that one side here is 3.4 meters, then it is so much easier. All you have to do is multiply 3.4 meters by 10, which is perimeter is equal to 3.4 meters multiplied by 10, and you get 34 meters. Now, most students would leave it like that, thinking that they have the correct number of significant figures, which you don't. This answer does not have the correct number of significant figures simply because this 10 here is a pure number. You're multiplying 3.4 by 10. In effect, you're adding 3.4 10 times. And so our uncertain digit is at this 1/10th position. So we need to have our uncertain digit there. So we need to add a 0.0 meter to our answer. You can also add in plus or minus 0.05 to show your margin of error, or which digit is uncertain, which is this 0.